All right,
What's
that's
next?
Pokemon Go.
Pokemon Go. Fucking surprise me, man. Let's hear it.
All right, number two, topic number two. We're gonna talk about the crazy shit that's happened in the last 5 days in
That's
the
not
United
Pokemon
States.
Go related.
Huh? Not Pokemon related,
Not
no.
Pokemon related.
I guess
Uh,
we should have talked about that first and then Pokemon last.
uh, yeah. Maybe we
But
hooked
whatever.
people with the happiness, and now we're gonna go sad.
Yeah.
Uh, apparently Black Lives don't matter.
Oh
Holy
man, I
fuck,
know.
man.
That's fucked up. And it's the most. I think the more crazy. Like, yes, it's bad that the shootings happened, but like the way that like we got to see everything.
I was at work my last night, and like I had gone to work and I was out of data. Like my data was rolling over, and like it was like midnight, and I was like, "Oh, sweet!" Turn my data back on, and I look on like Twitter and shit, and it's like, woman records boyfriend being. I'm like, "What the fuck?" So I look at it and I watch the video, and I was like, I don't know if I'm getting older, if I'm just getting like more. Or like I'm not joking about shit as much anymore. I'm actually like realizing like there's actual issues and shit, and I was like slightly disturbed. Like you can tell in 2 seconds that there's something wrong with that cop.
Yeah, he was like that guy was not stable.
Well, he's full of adrenaline, but like I don't know if he knows he fucked up or if he's just like he shouldn't have been a cop in the first place. I don't know. But if I was that woman, like if that was your wife that got shot, you wouldn't be sitting still. I'd be like grabbing her and like trying to help. I'd get shot too.
Dude, she was calm as fucking a cucumber.
I've never seen anyone that calm in a situation like that before.
Yeah, that was crazy. She just sat there and just.
The only reason she probably did that is because she has a fucking kid and she knows that the kid would be in foster care when she gets fucking
That
shot.
I think I also think I don't think that she knew the gravity of what happened. Like when he got shot, like maybe she thought that he was like he only got shot in the arm, so it's fine. Like it was just like a flesh wound kind of type thing.
His arm was like blown open, man.
Yeah.
It was disturbing, and I don't know, man. I don't understand. Like, if what happened, like what she said, actually happened, like he's like, hey, listen, I have a permit to carry, I have a gun on me, I'm gonna get my, and the guy like opened fire. That guy needs to he needs to get pressed charges for murder, man.
Yeah.
Like that's not like, oh, I was a cop and made a mistake. It's like you couldn't comprehend the situation enough, so your training either wasn't good or this wasn't for you, and you made like a decision to kill someone. Really?
Yeah.
A normal person would have said, listen, don't take anything out. I'm calling for backup because I'm not comfortable in this situation right now. Stay here with your hands where I can see them. I just solved the problem right there. Now you get another cop, someone more calm who's dealt with this situation, says, sir, step out of the vehicle. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many different ways they could have played that situation rather than just taking a gun out and shooting him. Like, holy.
Also, yeah. So like also there, when he says that I have a concealed weapon and I have a permit, your first instinct as a cop shouldn't be like I'm gonna take my gun out.
No shit. It should be like, my first thing is like, okay, well, this guy just told me. So clearly he doesn't want to get shot tonight.
Yeah.
Like, and how fucked
If
is
he if
that?
he wanted to shoot the cop, then he wouldn't have said that.
No shit, exactly. And what more steps as a person can you take? That's the law. He has a concealed firearm permit. So he's legally allowed to carry one. He disclosed that he had one. He's told him he was reaching for his wallet, and like, what more can you do? Like, you literally can't do any more to be safe, other than say, like, listen, man, I've a gun on me. I'm not moving my hands. Like, I don't know what else you have to do. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
if that situation happened,
I just think the cop wasn't he wasn't ready to be a cop. I think because like you even like when he was talking, you could tell that he was freaked out himself. Like that guy was like not in his right of mind.
He seemed like he was almost borderline in shock.
Yeah,
Like
he was like almost on the line of just like collapsing himself.
it's
Right?
I don't know, man. And let's just say, let's take away like race and all that shit. If that just happened, that same situation happened to anyone, it's fucking wrong.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't matter who you are and what you are, whatever it is.
No, like if that happened to you or me, that same situation. Hey, I have a gun, I have a permit, and we got shot. Like everyone should be in uproar. But the fact of the matter is that it's another black person in the state being shot, and you know what, man? At first, I kind of thought like, it could just be a coincidence, or we're just hearing about it more. But I actually finally think there's an actual issue when it comes to that.
No, I think there's I think there's been an issue for a long time, like when it started with Ferguson and all that kind of thing. But I think now it's at the forefront now. In the last year, a year and a half, it's been at the forefront because like even that Anton Sterling
The guy
incident,
right before him.
yeah, right before it, like a couple of days or a day before him, like that. I only watched the first video. I didn't watch the second one because I watched the first like 10, 15 seconds of that one, and I was like, "Fuck that."
I didn't watch
I'm
that
done.
guy's at all. I read what happened. I'm like, I'm not watching that.
It's because I really don't want to watch it because I get grossed out, and when I see blood, I'm like, ugh. Ah.
I just don't understand if I was
That one
police,
is more fucked up though. I think that one is more fucked up because
they're both murders.
yeah, they're both like I my first knee jerk reaction, yes, they're both murders. We don't know what happened in the second one. Yes, I think. See, I don't know. It seems like it because we only see those two videos.
From the information that I have, I think the second one for sure is just a blatant fucking murder. That guy.
I feel like the second one was more blatant than the first one.
That's what
I mean, the first one was more blatant than the second one.
Well, they had the guy pinned down in the first one, did they not?
They tasered too.
There's no reason to open fire on a person who's on being held down by police officers. With his
I feel
arms
like even
restricted.
if even if he was going for his gun, you can still disarm him.
Yeah, no shit.
The guy's pinned down on the ground. Disarm him. You're a cop. You're supposed to do that kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, it's like that big guy, big black guy a couple months ago that they like put in a chokehold and choked him for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You remember that one? It's
Yeah, I
like,
remember that one.
Fuck me, man. Like any person with common sense knows you don't choke someone for 5 minutes, they're dead.
Yeah.
You can tell when a person passes out, and then you can handcuff them. That's worst case scenario.
I also saw another video with a cop that he pulled over as a white guy, right? So it's not just them, but like I know it's more on the black guys, but or black people, but like he like choked him, and no, he tasered him. So this
He
guy's
died.
like he's pretty much like just like in shock, and he like drags him and just like drops him on the
on
ground.
his face.
Yeah,
And then he died from cardiac arrest, and they brought him back to life, and now he's a mental vegetable.
yeah, exactly. Like what? Come on, guys.
There's like I don't understand. Like there's no reason in any of those situations you can't call for backup. You know what I mean? And like when you're pulling a guy over like that, that guy shouldn't have. What do you mean taser him? If he's not complying, it'd be like get out of the car. If he says you're not getting in the car, I'd be like okay, I'm calling for backup. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah,
That's what I would do. That's the first thing I would do. It'd be like, okay, this situation's getting a little dicey. I'm going to call for backup. Now we have more witnesses if shit goes wrong. You know what I mean? And it's like,
yeah.
there's more people.
But like
someone might be able to-
when you taser somebody, you don't really need backup at that point.
No.
The guy's like he can't do anything.
That guy held the taser down like way longer than they've been trained to do too.
Yeah.
He just held it. It's like, well, fuck me, man. Like, I don't know. It starts making me think like, you know, are the restrictions and the application to become a cop in certain places in the States, is it just easier? Because it's fairly stringent in Canada. Like, even to volunteer. My mom's friend had to get, like, a citation from the 70s for having a joint expunged. They, like, contacted her friends from in the 70s. They found out who her friends were in the 70s and contacted them to ask them questions. Just to volunteer. That's not even to be a police officer. It's crazy, man. Like, they would listen to one of these episodes of the podcast, and you may never be police officers. Scratch that off the list, man. They Google Harvard Dean, and they hear us say, "Oh, fuck this," and that. Gone. We're X, man.
Like,
That's it.
nope.
No, it's crazy. So, like, are the application and shit they're different? Like, I don't understand.
Well, they got to be different. They probably vary from state to state depending on which one you are. It's probably more rigorous and like from one state to another one, right? It just kind of depends.
Like,
And it all
states
depends on the
make
cop
different
too,
rulings?
right? It all depends on the cop, like what cop you get and what cop you don't get, right? Sometimes cops are nice, sometimes they aren't.
Man, I'm starting to think about this too. Like, realistically, like, honestly, like, Canada is fairly safe. Like, I'm not worried about 99% of the shit that happens in the States here.
No.
But I always said, like, oh man, people in the States must be crazy. But I finally decided, like, that can't be the case. They have 350 million people. We have 35. We would have more fucked up shit here if we had another 300 million people.
That's true, right? Like if you like when people say like when they compare United States to say like Norway, where they're like our literacy rate is like this or like our crime rate is this low.
Yeah.
It's like you guys have no population,
Yeah.
right? You guys have nobody in that country compared to like the cities that are like there's one state that has more population than our entire country.
Yeah, California, man.
Yeah.
And they're all on the ocean that can murder them overnight. The whole,
Yes.
I,
I like how it always comes back to the ocean. Every time.
it's a dark demon, man. Yeah, I don't know. It's
Stops. The ocean's gonna kill you.
It might. It's crazy though. Like, I don't know. It's okay. Anyways, and then from all this shit that keeps happening, then Dallas happens. It's a direct result of this blatant bullshit happening everywhere else.
Yeah.
And how screwed is that? That's
Yeah.
fucked. Did you see any of the videos of that guy hiding behind the post?
Yeah.
Sniping? It's like holy shit. Like, first of all, if I was a person, the last thing I'd be doing is standing at a window filming that fucking guy. Wait till he turns to the left and sees you standing in the window and he starts shooting at you. No, I'm good. I'll watch other people's videos.
Yeah. Yeah, that Facebook video that I saw was fucking intense. That's crazy.
Like, the funny thing is, too, like, the police are there for, a Black Lives Matter protest where people are bullshitting, or not bullshitting, but they're saying, like, cops are killers and all that shit. And then the cops started getting killed, and the cops that stayed there started protecting the people that were there. Like, how crazy is that? Like, I just find that so ironic. These people are here saying cops are murderers, and then cops are getting murdered trying to fight these people and trying to protect the people at these rallies. Like, it's crazy. It's such, like, a double-sided coin in this situation. Like, there's really no you're right, you're wrong kind of thing. It's brutal.
Yeah, that caught the cops with the whole sniping thing. It was. I feel like it was bound to happen.
Well,
right? Like it was gonna happen at some point because there's like some way they have to like people have to like express something, right? And like there's unstable people out there that are gonna do this kind of thing.
A lot of unstable people. I was listening to Joe Rogan the other day, and he had a really good point. He's like, you see all these people who, like, the guy that goes into the theater dressed like the Joker and shoots all those people, and the Florida gay club guy shooting all these people outside.
Mm.
You can't just say that you shouldn't have guns, because that's not really a fair assessment. Like, yeah, it's easier to get a gun. Getting a gun should be like getting your driver's license. You should have to have someone there. You should have to do a test. You should have to pass physical requirements, be a certain age. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But even by doing that, there's still people who are just fucked in the head, that have an issue, that develop a mental illness, that had a mental illness and they didn't know. You know, you're bipolar, and all of a sudden one day you have a mental break, and that person has a gun now. And maybe he has no friends, and he sits at home, and now he's got a mental disorder, and he goes and shoots a bunch of people. Like, you can't stop it no matter what you do. And I think they're at this impasse. It's like, there's people saying you need to ban guns. You can't ban guns. There's more guns.
You can't ban guns because it's part of the Second Amendment. It's never gonna get banned. It's part of the Constitution.
You can possibly restrict it, but there's already more guns in circulation than Americans. So
Yeah.
how do you you can't bring that back? Would you collect them? No one's gonna hand them in.
I think they should just hike the price, like hike the prices of bullets.
Like $10
Just
a
fucking-
bullet.
Just fucking $1,000 a bullet.
Yeah, but then how is that fair for a hunter who hunts his meat and survives on meat? You're gonna make him take $1,000 a shot? They can't afford that. I can't afford that. You know what I mean?
Well, fucking go get a different day job.
Yeah, but like, to be fair, there are like so many places in the States and even like Canada here where like hunting helps the population of animals. It takes
like
mountain lions that kill all the deer and all.
But
that
see, like you look at like guns that are used in these shootings and stuff. They aren't hunting rifles.
They're AK-47s.
Well, AK-47s is pretty drastic, man. Yeah, AK-47. That's pretty dramatic. But like you use semi-automatics, right? Or like pistols, or whatever they're using, right? I think that is a better thing to like hike the prices on, but not like hunting rifles. Who fucking really uses a hunting rifle in this kind of thing? Like if you look at like back like history and stuff, nobody really used a hunting rifle. You got like Uzis, right? You got like that kind of thing. Could you imagine Uzi with like $1,000 per bullet or $500 per bullet?
No one would have them.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, it's crazy, man. And I kind of don't like talking about it because I like it's. You talk about it, and then 6 months later it happens, and you talk about it again, but nothing proactive happened in between that time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, that's the thing. Like, what can you really do
Well, really.
until the next thing happens?
Yeah, but then it's the big story, and then another thing happens, and it's just like it's like a book. It's like everything is a chapter in a book, and the chapter of the book, you're reading it, and then you flip to the next chapter, and you don't give a shit anymore. You talk about it once in a while if someone asks you about that book, but if not, you don't talk about it. And it's like
You look at like the stuff that happened in Orlando, right? That was a good week,
it's already gone.
right? Nobody's really talking about it now.
No,
Like it's in people's minds, right? That's fine. But now this thing happened.
it's more fresh.
Anton
right?
Sterling happened. All right, that's the new thing, right? That thing happened. Then I forgot what his name was. The second person.
Castro or something.
Yeah, Philip Castro or something like that. That thing happened. Then the Dallas thing happened. Now Pokemon Go is happening. So like, it's just, it's like one thing,
Yeah.
right? It's I don't know what you can do. People say like you talk to your representative, like your governor or your whatever, but
What
like
are they supposed to do? How many people do they have to talk to? Like 4 million people a state, if not more?
yeah, I don't know.
It's, I don't know, man. It's fucked. It really is for them. It's a losing battle, man. Like, if someone came up to me and said, "How do you stop this?" My answer would be, "You can't.
No.
You gotta figure something out, man. I don't know. Like, you look at a place like the UK. You know, in the UK, I believe I'm correct with this. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe in the UK, if you get caught with a weapon during a crime, it's an automatic 5 years in jail.
I don't know.
I for some reason I believe I've heard that, and I'm right. I might be wrong, but that's why there's like no gun violence in the UK. I believe cops don't even hold guns in the UK. I might be
All
wrong.
handguns, semi-automatic, and pump-action non-rim rifles are prohibited.
There you go.
Yeah. So a few pistols are licensed on a firearms certificate for exactly the same reason as the rest of Great Britain.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. And anyways, like I said, I think somewhere I read that it was like a 5-year jail sentence or some shit like that. But like, like if you say, let's use that for an example. Say in the States they said, okay, we're giving everyone 365 days to have your guns registered for you to be licensed in all across the states. And if you are not, and you are caught, it's an automatic 5 years in jail, in federal jail. No ifs, ands, or buts. No one gets off. I don't care if you took it from your friend for 3 seconds and I walked around the corner and caught you with it. It's 5 years in jail. Something that drastic, eventually, there's going to be huge uproar to begin with, but eventually people would figure it out. Because,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Do you want to go to jail for 5 years? I don't. Just for having a gun in you. Because
Yeah.
you couldn't, in 365 days, you couldn't go down to an office and stand in line and say, hey, I'm so-and-so, I'm not a criminal, this is my gun, this is its register. I mean, that's, like, so drastic, but maybe they need to do something that drastic in order to fix this issue.
So I'm reading the firearms policy in United Kingdom, and it says Dublin was the first and only UK school shooting in 2010. There's been 3 fatal shootings in England and in Wales in the UK in an 11-year period.
Holy shit. That's like a week in the United States.
Yeah,
That's fucked. That's way better.
yeah.
The
But see, it's not part of their constitution, right? That's the biggest thing too, right? It's banned there.
Yeah, but the
Completely
United
banned.
States Constitution wasn't not written in, like, what, the 1700s, 1800s?
1776.
Yeah, those motherfuckers didn't know what a cell phone was. Like, you can't, like, if someone came up to me and said, hey, man, we're still building cars off of the first gas, I'd be like, what are you doing? Like, that's not how that works anymore.
But like,
Isn't it time to maybe update the rules?
you
Like-
can't update that. Like, there's
So they're
there's
just
certain
stuck for thousands of years.
they're
with some
stuck
bullshit
because like
that some guys with wooden teeth wrote.
yeah, pretty much.
That's fucked.
Yeah.
That's wrong on so many levels. And I understand that it's, like, part of American history, but it just seems wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, like that's something you just can't change. And guns, like people that are saying that we should ban guns, but banning guns will never happen in the United
It's not
States
gonna happen.
ever.
Well, there's too many to. There's already too many in circulation for that to ever happen.
Yeah, it's never gonna happen.
So like they need right off the bat they need to address a solution already, like you said, understanding that there's 400 million guns and 350. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Like you said, jacking up the price of bullets, that would deter a lot of people.
I think that would. I think there'd be a lot of people digging bullets out of people too, though.
Well, and then what happens to the guy who has 50,000 rounds at his house? That guy's a millionaire now.
Yeah, see that I think that's where black markets would come into play, right? Like that would be
You
like,
have people importing bullets elsewhere, and I don't know.
Yeah.
I really don't think there's a fix for it. It's fucked, and it's
yeah, maybe that would make it worse. Actually,
Might make it worse.
I'm just thinking about it now.
It's sad that this stuff keeps happening, and it's like it actually like honestly like upsets me now. It's slightly depressing. Like it's like
Yeah,
and it's not. And I understand like you and me aren't there, so for us it's just a news story. And if it happened to us personally, it'd be way different. Like I can't imagine what those people are feeling. But it's from this far away and not even in that area. It's fucked, man. Like it's not right. But
Yeah.
like I don't see anything changing really. Without being rude, I can't see anything immediately changing. I think it's just going to keep happening. People are going to keep talking about it, and it's going to keep being talked about till the next one happens. Just like what's just happened this last like 2 weeks. It's crazy.
yeah,
You go out to a club to dance and have fun. The last thing you're worried about is someone coming in and shooting you. You know what I mean?
yeah, exactly.
Like you're out
Sometimes
for a good time
you're
with
just
friends.
afraid that, like if you're in the streets in the United States, you're just afraid something might happen.
Like I don't know. I think anywhere I go in the United States now, ever for on a vacation, I'm gonna have a thought in the back of my head like, oh, that guy looks sketchy walking toward us. Get the fuck out of here. And
Yeah.
that's not fair to judge a book by its cover, but it's like, well,
But you don't have any other choice really then, right?
no, I'm not gonna put myself in jeopardy because I don't want to be, a stereotypical. I don't want to stereotype, because once that guy does shoot me in the fucking head, steal my wallet.
Yeah.
I got shot and killed because I tried to be a nice person. No, I'm good.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be a slow change, a very very slow change. I think it's gonna happen at some point, but it's gonna be a slow change.
Yeah, it's gonna be a real slow change.
Yeah.
It's sad, but whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do.